The quality of your morning's first moments becomes the foundation upon which your entire day is built. Choose to build from peace rather than pressure. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about creating a sacred space before the world enters your day. Enjoy. There's a sacred threshold that exists between sleep and the full awakening of your day. It's a liminal space, a gentle border between the quiet of night and the demands of daylight. In this precious window, you have a choice. You can either let the world rush in immediately, or you can create a buffer, a sacred space that belongs entirely to you. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to protect and nurture those first moments of your day, creating a sanctuary of peace that sets the tone for everything that follows. Think about what typically happens when you wake up. Perhaps your hand reaches immediately for your phone, flooding your barely awake consciousness with notifications, news, and other people's urgencies. Maybe your mind instantly begins cataloging the day's responsibilities, jumping from task to task before your feet even touch the floor. Or perhaps you lie there feeling overwhelmed by everything you need to accomplish, anxiety creeping in before you've even begun. But what if there was another way? What if you could create a gentle buffer between sleep and the world's demands? A space that belongs entirely to you, where you can ease into consciousness with intention and grace. This isn't about adding another complicated routine to your morning. It's about recognizing that how you transition from sleep to wakefulness sets the energetic tone for your entire day. When you allow the world to rush in immediately, you're essentially handing over the steering wheel of your day before you've even had a chance to remember who you are and what matters most to you. Creating space before the world enters is about sovereignty, claiming your right to begin each day from your own center, rather than from external pressures and demands. It's about remembering that you are not just a responder to life's requests, but a conscious being with your own inner wisdom, your own rhythm, your own sacred relationship with the morning. This space doesn't need to be long. Even 5 minutes can be transformative. It's not about the duration. It's about the quality of presence you bring to those moments. You might simply lie in bed and take 3 deep breaths, feeling your body against the sheets, noticing the quality of light in your room. You might sit on the edge of your bed and set an intention for the day, or step outside to feel the morning air on your skin. The key is that these moments belong to you. No phone, no news, no immediate problem solving. Just you, your breath, and the gentle transition from the world of dreams to the world of action. In this space, you remember that you are more than your to-do list, more than your worries, more than the roles you play throughout the day. Some mornings, you might use this time to connect with gratitude, mentally acknowledging 3 things you appreciate about your life. Other mornings, you might simply stretch your body, honoring the miracle of having a physical form that carries you through the world. Sometimes, you might just sit in silence, allowing yourself to arrive fully in the present moment before the day's activities begin. This practice becomes especially powerful when you realize that the world will always be ready to claim your attention. Emails will wait, news will still be there, problems will still need solving. But this moment, this gentle, sacred transition from sleep to wakefulness, happens only once each day. When you give it away immediately, you lose something precious and irreplaceable. Creating space before the world enters also means being mindful about what you allow into your consciousness first. Instead of immediately consuming information, opinions, or other people's energy, you give yourself the gift of beginning from your own inner landscape. You check in with yourself first. How do you feel? What do you need? What wants to emerge from you today? This isn't selfish, it's essential. When you begin your day from your own center, you have more to offer the world. You respond rather than react. You act from intention rather than impulse. You bring your full presence to your interactions rather than showing up already depleted or scattered. Think of this morning space as tending to your inner garden before opening the gates to visitors. You water what needs watering. You notice what's blooming. You clear away what's no longer serving. Only then do you invite the world in. And when you do, you're greeting it from a place of fullness rather than emptiness. The world will always have its urgencies, its demands, its endless stream of information and stimulation. But you are the guardian of your own consciousness, the keeper of your own peace. Every morning, you get to choose whether to hand over that guardianship immediately or to honor yourself with a few moments of sacred space. This practice ripples out into your entire day. When you begin from your own center, you carry that centeredness with you. When you start from peace, you're more likely to return to peace when challenges arise. When you honor your own rhythm in the morning, you're more likely to trust your inner wisdom throughout the day. Tomorrow morning, before you reach for your phone or dive into your mental to-do list, give yourself the gift of space. Let it be simple. Let it be brief, but let it be yours. In a world that's always ready to claim your attention, this small act of self-sovereignty becomes a radical act of self-love. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.